let's go ahead and get started. That's the tense. All right, 7:01. Let's go ahead and call the meeting to order. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. New flow I need to get used to with the council. It is Warren Keith, right? Right. All right, so let's start off with roll call. Continue with roll call, rather. Warren Keith. Here. Edler.
Here.
Schaefer.
Present.
Fordyce. Present. Okay. On to number 4, approval of the agenda. Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Yep. I get a second to Schaefer. Warren Keith. Aye. Edler.
Aye.
Schaefer.
Aye.
Fordyce. Aye. Okay. All right, on to, of course, if it's not one thing, it's another with the train. On to number 5. Consider motion to enter closed session pursuant to Iowa Code Chapter 21.5C to evaluate the professional competency of an individual whose appointment, hiring, performance, or discharge is being considered, and when necessary to prevent needless or irreparable injury to that individual's reputation, and that individual requests a closed session. Can I get a motion second to enter the closed session?
Motion to enter the closed session.
Second.
Okay. Second by Edler at 7:02. Warnke.
Aye.
Edler.
Aye.
Schaefer.
Aye.
Fordyce.
Aye.
Okay. We are now in a closed session. Before you guys leave, I have a feeling you would like to come back in after the closed session. You are welcome to do so. Anticipating you're not going to stand outside the door in 20-degree weather, I will flash the lights on my pickup down there, unlock it, lock it a couple times as just a visual, and then somebody will come to the door and let you guys back in as well.
Can't you start it with a sinner?
He needs a motion and a second.
Yes. And that is not on tonight's agenda, so.
Can I sit over there so I can see?
Yeah, I have no issue with that.
Because I see people when they're talking.
Okay. I'm going to start the audio recording on my phone here for the closed session. And then I'm going to go stop that video recording there. Just so you are aware, what was your name again, sir? I'm sorry. Sean Spell. Sean. Just so you are aware, we do record
Sure.
the council meetings and everything, but for the closed session, I'm going to stop that. We'll restart it once we exit closed session, and we can see the remainder of the meeting from there. So I have the audio recording going on my phone. Let me go stop the video here, and we can begin. Okay, that is now rolling in again. We are done with our discussions within closed session at 7:52. Can I get a motion second to arise from closed session?
I move to arise from closed session.
Second.
Second to Edler. Warnke.
Aye.
Edler.
Aye.
Schaefer.
Aye.
Fordyce.
Aye.
We are now out of closed session. We will take a brief recess while I invite
Flash the
who would
lights.
like to come in.
Lights.
Well, I doubt they're going to stand out by the door in the cold, so I figured some type of bat signal would be appropriate.
Bats.
That was a really smart bat signal.
Okay, we went into a brief recess while I came and got you guys, the public who wanted to come back in. Thank you for that. What time is it now here? It is 7:54, we'll reconvene from that recess. There it is. So, following the closed session, council, I will turn it to you. Number 6, following adjournment of the closed session, the council may take action on any matter discussed during the closed session. Are there any recommendations? Are there any, what action do you deem appropriate at this time with the knowledge that we currently have?
Were you wanting to state your little statement first, or are you holding on to that?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start with that. So a couple of safeguards that are, that I've already got in motion and in place. You could please silence that, I would appreciate that.
That's all I can.
A couple of safeguards and things that I've got in place, just to, I know we don't currently have a policy, but if there were a need for a separation from an employee, or an employee were to quit or things of that nature, from an IT standpoint, how quickly, what steps, etc., would need to take place to remove access, restrict access, cancel access, whatever phrase terminology we want to use appropriately here. I've reached out to our IT department, our IT guy, to get some knowledge on that. I'm waiting to hear from a response from him at this time. Back in, I think it's relevant to this discussion here, when the audit from Baxter came to light, one of the things that I had put in place was that we would, Katie was not to sign or review, she could review but not sign off on any payments to herself as far as reimbursements for trips or what have you. That would be deferred to myself and Angie, Mayor Pro Tem. In light of recent events as well, I said, and again, verbally, we can get this appropriately documented and everything as well. No remote access, no home access to city files, documents, emails. I recommended not even on her phone, which I was then informed that we had approved but never purchased a laptop for you for remote access. So that is effectively off the table at this time. But I would still recommend, as far as emails and things like that, just not from home at this time. So those are a couple of formal, informal steps that I've taken at this time, directly to Katie. I believe is worth sharing with you guys as you make a decision. And anything else that you deem appropriate, this is where I turn it over to council when you make any recommendations, and we go from there.
I'd like to see the formalization of a termination policy that outlines what dates, when a date is accepted, that we clarify what the final date of employment is. And then the policy also speaks to the direct nature of the limiting of access. So if an employee is terminated on a date, the access is eliminated on that date, or the date that the employee has said would be their final date if agreed upon by the council, so that we don't leave any ambiguity as to when someone is no longer employed and versus when they would still have access. I would also ask that policy includes some specific language around any final work, any final pay that may be due, and spell those things out so that when an employee leaves and their access is removed, they have a certain set of expectations that you will have access until this time to these specific things to complete these specific tasks, and once those tasks are completed, the access is removed. So as specific as we can make that, I think that safeguards Elkhart from any ambiguity as far as separation or ambiguity around separation dates. And I think it protects the city from, the potential, any questions that could come up about what was or what was not accessed once an employee is no longer with the city. And if that can be on the January agenda for next week, or if that needs to wait till February, so we have some time to put some thought into that, whichever one is the earliest would be great. Thank you.
Thank you for this. Any other shaker?
We have worked so hard as a council since I came on to do what we could to promote transparency, to be as clear as we could be about our willingness to engage with the public in conversations about things that we can't engage with them on, to report the meetings out there. Just feel like we have gone as above and beyond as we can at this point to make sure everybody knows. We want them to know what we're thinking. We want them to know our thought process. We want them to know things as we know them when we are in the position to share that information. And what we ask in return of the community has always been, you know, faith in our ability to then take action in the best interest of the city as we see fit based on the information that we have. That continues, I think, to be the case. I appreciate the people that made the effort to come tonight, because it shows you are interested and you do care, and that matters to me far more than any blatherings on the internet. I'll talk first, I guess. I feel like based on all the information that I have presented to me, conversations I have had and been a part of, I see no reason at this point in time to suspend our city administrator. I am not concerned at this point in time that any information has been compromised within our city. If anything, I feel the history that she came into our city with put her in a unique position to go to the 100th degree on checks and balances. And that is not something you get from everyone. It comes from a position of having seen things not go well, and then you learn those lessons and you bring those with you where you go. So I, at this point, do not feel it would be appropriate to suspend her based on the standings of the legal proceedings where they currently sit. And I think we'll continue, in my opinion, to monitor the situation moving forward and readdress if something pops up that's different from what we already know and go from there. But I personally have no concerns. And if anything, like I said, I have been reassured and affirmed based on what we have been told and what I know, that we have our ducks as in a row as we can at this point, and we will continue to add extra safeguards and steps in place to protect the city, to protect us, to protect our employees, and go from there.
And thank you for saying that last little bit, I'll say your previous sentence, as far as if anything else comes to light, we would reconvene, take any action deemed necessary at that time based off of whatever information were to come to light at that time.
Yes, if new information comes up that requires a different conversation, then awesome. But where we sit right now, I'm not worried.
Neither. I've got full faith in Katie, and she's gone above and beyond my expectations of her from when she was hired, and I think she's really helped the city come a long way. I still think we have room to grow, but I think she's fully competent to do her position in this city.
Mr. Warnke, for the hour and 5 minutes you've been here.
Yeah, I'm gonna echo what Angie and Jill both said, that the information that was presented tonight, I have no reservations about Katie and her ability to do the job and do it ethically, and I don't see a need to take any action.
Mr. Henderson, would it be wise to take everything I said and put it into a concise motion and second, or a motion for that, or is verbal is acceptable for our action?
Yeah, I think you made a pretty good record. I think there's an expectation by the council that if developments occur, you'd like to hear back from her. Is that fair?
Yes, yeah, if anything further as we progress through this, from what can be shared or was what I'm able to, please keep me in the loop as best as you can. I will then, as pro tem, I will loop you in as necessary, and we'll go from there. For if anything is deemed necessary or appropriate to then share with the rest of council at that time. So.
And pursuant to, I did take notes. Everybody had great comments with regard to Councilmember Fordyce. I will work with her to make sure you have some type of written policy to review. And she's already come up with a draft. We have more stuff that we'd like to add, but we'll give you a formal policy for consideration at your January meeting, if that's okay. But beyond that, I think it's okay for the council to kind of express their intent without a formal motion, if they feel comfortable with that, and if they feel like they've expressed their intent. I'm sure it's been noted in the record. I don't think you have to take formal action unless you want to.
I believe that's acceptable as long as legal counsel agrees. So. Okay, very good then. We'll move on to agenda item, number 7 at 8:04. Motion second to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I second.
Warnke.
Aye.
Adler.
Aye.
Schaefer.
Aye.
Fordyce.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned. Thank you.